Hello. So I see that you are interested in teaching for VIP Kid. What I have in my background is my online classroom. And once you become a contract teacher for VIP Kid, you can set up your classroom however you like. And this is just kind of it has my name on it. I've got a basketball goal, which the kids love, my little star reward system, and I've got all my teaching stuff organized here next to me so I can just grab it if I need to. But this is just a little intro video into VIP Kid, and I just want to give you some more information about it. If you do choose to apply, I would love if you could refer me. I have my referral ID linked into the Word document, so you can definitely use that if you decide to apply. So in China, a lot of the kids are already getting English in school. But if you want your kid to be successful in China right now, especially, you will sign your kid up for a company just like mine. There's several others uh, that is extra tutoring in a way. So what the parents are paying for is they're paying for the one-on-one interaction that the contract teachers are giving to the kids. But it also the program also includes homework, and there's also videos that go along with it to prepare them for their interaction with their teachers. Um, so it really gives them a great opportunity to practice their English speaking skills and with a teacher. And VIP Kid is backed by a lot of big investors now. And as of this year, 2018, it has been voted or listed by Forbes magazine as the #1 remote company to work for in 2018, which is a big deal because it's not just online teaching remote working, it's all remote work. So, and I definitely agree. I have really enjoyed my time with this company. I've felt really supported. I have so much independence. I'm treated like a professional, like I know what I'm doing, which I love that. There's that respect there. And it's just really fun and to get to interact with the kids. And I just love it so much. So because VIP Kid is based in China, their headquarters is in Beijing, China. It would feel easy, because you're a remote contract teacher to feel disconnected from the company. But actually, it's really easy to feel connected because I've felt like I've gotten enough support from the company, from the headquarters, if I've had an issue with technology, if I've had a parent issue, if I've had a student behavior issue. Um, the people out at VIP Kid headquarters are very responsive, very quick about it, and you just write them up a ticket online and they'll respond that way. Um, of course, it's a little bit longer than if you were to be working in the same building, but I like it, even though there's a little bit of a lapse there. There is also a Facebook group for Central Kentucky VIP Kid teachers, and they have meetups and outings, and they do educational meetups, but they also do just fun things to learn more about the Chinese culture or to brush up on teaching methods and teaching skills. And it's an online community where you can post things on to the Facebook group, and it's a really great way to ask questions, to get support, and just feel like you really are part of a community, which is awesome. So what you would be doing as a contract teacher is you would be teaching a 25-minute to 28-minute lesson one-on-one via an interactive web video program. So when you're teaching, you have to teach on a laptop. They haven't developed it for apps yet, for mobile apps yet. But you're teaching, and at the same time, you and the student can see a PowerPoint slide, and then there's a video of yourself and a video of the child. So you can see yourself and the child and the PowerPoint, and they can see you themselves and the PowerPoint. You can also draw on the PowerPoint, write on the PowerPoint. Both of you can do that, both yourself and the student. And you can also, there's a little chat box on the side where you can type in the chat box as well. So that's how the web video program works. At the end of each lesson, you type up a little bit of feedback that goes to the parent. and that is required. The contracted teacher, which is us, creates their schedule about a month in advance, and then the students will book them. So in theory, you could have a variety of students because, if your schedule varies and their schedule varies, it's just whoever books you. It means that that both of that time works for both of you all. So I've taught like close to 200 students now at this point. Not some of them just only one time, but I do have regulars now, which has been great, and they can follow you. So whenever you post your schedule, then they'll know that your schedule is open. So all the lessons are pre-planned, meaning that the lessons are basically a slideshow. You're going through a PowerPoint slideshow in 25 to 28 minutes, and there's usually 20 to 25 slides. So that gives the teacher about a minute average to cover the content on each slide. VIP Kid loves very happy, very energetic, very interactive teachers that provide a safe place for students to practice their English skills. So when you teach for VIP Kid, you are considered a contract employee. So you sign the contract for every 6 months, and then you have to renew your contract. So basically, it doesn't guarantee any hours, but it does just but the contract does state how many cancellations you can have, how many technology related issues you can have, and things like that, as well as pay. So here are the steps in getting a contract. The first step, which is what I did a lot of, was to do research about the company. So I used a lot of YouTube and also used the website Glassdoor to get some real ideas on what it is like to work for this company. And then you can also always ask me questions. I personally love the freedom and independence that this company gives me as a teacher. I love the fact that they respect me as a professional, and that I can create my own schedule. It's just really hard to find a part-time job making $22 an hour where you can teach from home and make your own schedule and do something fun with it too. It's just pretty much the jackpot, if you ask me. So that would be the first step, is just finding more research and just really figuring out if it is a good fit for you. Secondly, you would apply to the company, which is listed in my Word document. So you would make sure in your application that you are including all experience that you have with children, or even customer service, because you're providing a service to these children. So anything related to babysitting, nannying, even working retail, you could just talk about how you engage children that would come into the store, and just talk about your love for children, your desire to encourage them, and your desire to teach them. The application would only take about 5 to 10 minutes. And once your application is accepted, you are assigned a VIP Kid staff recruitment member from VIP Kid headquarters. That's assigned to your application. And so they're going to be there to support you the whole time. They're going to be your contact person. However, if you choose to apply, you would also get me as a coach. So you would have a Chinese staff member supporting you, and you'd also have an American staff member supporting you. So it would be definitely a win-win for you having that extra support. So they're going to contact you from VIP Kid. So this is the third step. VIP Kid will contact you via phone or email to set up your first interview. The first interview is you basically teaching a 10-minute lesson that is prepared in advance. And before and I would love to coach you before that first lesson, because there are certain things that they're looking for, and all that is it just takes practice. And as long as you love kids and are willing to put in a little bit of prep time to be ready for the first interview, you should pass and do great. You will teach your lesson to a Chinese interviewer that is going to act like a child. They might have some behaviors like a child, or they might not. They just want to be able to show, like, see what you can do. So you will definitely need to be prepared for this lesson because it is what your base pay is determined by. Now, I did state earlier that I make $22 an hour. However, VIP Kid does their payment differently than per hour. They pay per class. So your base pay my base pay is $8.50 per class. So that adds up to $17. And for every class that I complete, I get $1. For every time that I add feedback to each class, I get $1. For every time that I show up to class, I get $1. So there's all these bonuses added in. And of course, you will have to pay income tax as a contract worker, but that is not. So after you do your first interview, your first 10-minute interview, which you will definitely get a lot of help with and will be very successful in, they will ask you to schedule a mock class. And this is where they are going to do a full 25-minute lesson with you. They're going to see you teach for a full 25 minutes. And during that time, you're also going to be teaching to a VIP Kid teacher. And they're going to stop and give you feedback on how you're doing. And they also offer a lot of workshops regularly for mock class. And you probably will have to teach 2 mock classes. That's what I did. I did the 10-minute first interview. Then I taught 2 mock classes. Mostly everyone does that unless you have like an ESL degree or you've taught ESL for like 10 to 15 years, then they'll like just do 1 mock class. But they just want to get a better idea of what level you would work well with, whether you'd work well with like the lower level English speakers or the higher level English speakers. And so it's not anything to be scared of if you do end up doing 2 mock classes. So once you pass the mock class stage, you are going to receive an opportunity to sign your contract, and you're basically are on your own. I mean, you get support from VIP Kid. You can reach out for support from VIP Kid, and you can reach out for support on Facebook. But if you don't reach out, then you are pretty much a full-blown teacher kind of on your own, which sounds scary, but it's really not because there are so many connections set up in place. But again, I can give coaching one-on-one for the first interview, for the mock class, for setting up your classroom, all of that. And I can even come and help in person. And what I've also done in the past too, which has worked really well with someone else that I coached to get a contract, was that she had recorded herself teaching the first lesson for 10 minutes, sent the video to me, and I typed up some really good positive feedback towards her and then suggested a few tweaks. And she passed, and she's now a very happy VIP Kid teacher. And she said that the feedback was very helpful. So I can offer any support in any way, and if you decide to apply. If you do decide to apply, please let me know so that I can help you in the next couple steps. It's really not a terrible application process. I wouldn't be stressed out about it. It's just so worth it to have a fun job where you get to teach kids every morning, where you get to make your own schedule, where you get your independence, and you work remotely, so you can work in your PJs. I'm sitting in my PJs right now in my pants, my PJ pants. So it's just been a wonderful experience to work for this company, and I hope that you decide to work for VIP Kid. Again, ask me any questions. Take care.